Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have Demurelibertine.
Hi, I'm Demi.
Before we get high, where can everybody find you?
I am on Twitter at LibertineDemure, on Chatterbait at Demurelibertine, and pretty much everywhere else is just Demurelibertine.
And I will leave important stuff down below, like her social media, which is all I'm allowed to leave down below.
Pretty much.
So, without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, it's already cooling down. I said, goddamn. And my baby lungs are back.
I'm good for the moment, I think.
Oh, well, then give it back to me. I'll fucking hold on to it. It shall be my child.
It will be my one, my own, my precious, and I shall call him the Jolly Roger.
Oh, my precious. Speaking of, that's today's topic.
Is our and everybody else's precious. The one thing that might be better than a beer after work.
Always.
That's
But when was the first time you smoked weed?
Oh, that's a really good question. So like the first time I actually smoked weed, I was 7. Well, so it's like a two-part question. So like,
Okay.
first time I smoked it, my younger brother, who had like way more
Sorry.
fucking. Are you like?
Go on.
That's the other video girl. But yeah, my younger brother actually had a lot more experience with it than I did. My grandparents smoked it all throughout my growing up, so like I was always like around it, and it was never like a bad drug because my grandparents were like the most responsible, hardworking people. So it was never a big deal. So, but I just never like, I guess, I felt the need to do anything. Like I think the one thing I was most curious about at that age was like alcohol, you know. So my brother freaking he had a joint.
Wait, at 8?
No, 17.
Oh.
Like my childhood was tragic, but like not that bad.
I was like, damn.
Right, like it was so sad. I was an 8-year-old alcoholic, like me and Drew Barrymore. But so anyway, yeah, he had like this joint and he brought it to my grandparents' house, and I don't know where they were. Like I assume they're like at a casino because like what do grandparents do? So because if my grandparents weren't home, it was like they were either at work or like out enjoying themselves, which was usually going to the casino. So so we like sparked up the doober. As my grandparents would say. And so, like, I had never smoked, mind you, anything before, like, not cigarettes or anything at that point. So, like, I had virgin lungs.
Aww.
And so, like, I took...
Demi was a virgin.
No longer a virgin, actually, at that point, sexually, but because I had lost that beer before. But my pot cherry had not yet been broken.
Oh, so it went sex, pot.
Right, like as it should. Like all things in their time. So, so like I took, I think like a hit off of it, and I was just like scorched my lungs so bad that I don't.
Oh my god.
And I was like coughing and like dying like that.
Like I do.
So, yeah, so I took like one hit and I was just like, my lungs burned so bad and I was like, I didn't feel anything, and it, like the first one hurt so bad that, so I felt like I was like, this is garbage. Doesn't even work. So my brother's like, you fucked it up. Like, you're not doing it right, you know? And so I was just like, whatever, man. I don't need your burnout marijuana anyway. And so then cut to like, I want to say like a year or two later, I was like 19, I think. And me and this awful ex that I had who really wanted to be a cop, but for some reason does like, so, and that makes sense in the story because we decided to do it and we got it from my grandparents because we were like both super stressed out and they're just like, just try this. And I was just like, okay. So he and I smoked it and then, so my lungs weren't as babyish by then.
Yeah.
So I think I had tried Swisher Sweets at that point.
Wow.
When I was drinking.
Oh
So
my
not
God.
even consistently, and I didn't inhale, but still, you know, I was such a poser.
You tried.
I was just such a fucking poser is the reality of it. So, yeah, so we smoked it, and he got fucking paranoid. Like, really bad paranoid, like, really bad. And me, I'm just, like, in the kitchen with frosting, because all I had in my kitchen at the time, because I was 19,
Dude, frosting
was
sounds
frosting
so good right
and those
now.
French fried onions that you put on, like, green bean casserole.
Why do those two
Thanksgiving.
actually sound like they would be good together?
We are stoned. So, that's all we had in the
You're
house, and I'm
both
like
sober.
literally standing in the kitchen, just like eating that with my finger at the same time. And he's in there, he's like, "Oh, they'll never let me join the police force now. Like, they'll never let me join the police force now." And just like, is it laced? Is it laced? And I'm just like, "Will you drive me to Jack in the Box?" And like he did, but he was harshing my mellow so bad. So that was the second time I smoked weed, which I didn't enjoy because I had to babysit a complete and utter fucking paranoid schizophrenic.
Oh, I've been that guy.
So, and yeah, I just remember just like being so mellow, and I just could not understand where his panic was coming from.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
I'm gonna need you to tile that down about 1,000 because I am very high.
Oh, fuck.
So that was the second time. And then the third, and like, but it never stuck. I didn't
Yeah.
enjoy it enough to do it again at that point. And yeah, I think I had jobs at that time that like required intermittent drug testing. So it just wasn't worth the trouble
Yeah.
to me at the time. But then I got married and I moved out of state and started working a super stressful job, like in not customer service, but just around a lot of people. And I am kind of an introvert, extrovert. So like
Yeah.
when I've had enough, I've had quite enough. And I tend to hermit. So yeah, I just decided to like give it a try one more time because one of my coworkers like would give me a ride home after work and be like, "Do you smoke weed?" And I was like, "No, but I want friends." And also I was like super stressed, so of course. And yeah, from that day on, I was like, at that point I had been diagnosed with my anxiety disorder. So and I can't take like prescriptions.
Yeah.
They just like, they end up just exacerbating my anxiety. So marijuana
Yeah.
actually really helped, and I use it to this day to treat that and to treat my insomnia. So
Hell yeah.
it's medicine. So yeah, that's my first. When did you first smoke weed?
Oh man. The first time I tried it, I have no happy stories.
I was gonna say the first time I met you, you had little to no experience with it. Like you were super straight edge. I think all you did was drink.
No, at that point I didn't, but I did have the experience before that because
Okay.
I smoked through like the end, very like tail bit of high school, all through fucking college and all the way until I moved to South Carolina.
Oh shit.
It's like when I moved to South Carolina is when I was like, I'm gonna get clean.
I'm gonna get clean.
And I did. I
Like it's
really
heroin.
didn't smoke much. Right. I didn't smoke much in South Carolina because I didn't know anybody. I don't want to walk up to some random person and be like, "You can buy weed." This is on the fucking
Can
streets
I buy
of
a
Miami.
weed? Do you have a weed I could buy?
Dude, whenever you walk down
desire
the
a
streets
pot.
of fucking South Beach in Miami, that you will get at least one person who will walk by and be like, "Selling pot and pills," and just keep walking.
Well, I mean, I guess like it's a surefire way. To,
Which is really funny because the last time I was down there, I
I'm
was
sure
there
many
with
an
my
addict
best
has been
friend.
like, why can't people just fucking do that?
Right.
Like,
It was was so funny because me and my best friend
Where
were
the fuck
down
can I
there,
find
and we
more
were literally
tranquilizers
like
right now?
walking down and talking about like, dude, how great would a blunt be right now? And the dude fucking walked by. I was like, that's not trustworthy.
Right? Like, that's a little bit too manifest destiny. Like,
I was like, no.
I should not be able to say, I wish this thing appeared and it did. Like,
Yeah.
never trust it. That's the devil.
Yes.
That's the devil making a deal,
Yeah.
and don't do it.
Nope.
It's bad. It's bad shit.
Yup. Always.
That's hilarious.
So, the first time I tried weed, I had this boyfriend that I was dating on and off. God, he's mentioned in every one of these videos. Hey!
There's always that
if
one.
you're watching, you know who you are.
You still owe me $12.
No, I probably owe him a
Aww.
lot more than that too. No, he took care of me though.
Oh.
We were on and off for a long time, and it ended in a bad way. But it was one of our off times, and I had actually like just gotten out of the hospital for a suicide attempt, and he like wouldn't visit me at the hospital when I was there. And then my parents were like, I don't even want you to ever fucking talk to him again. Like, what kind of boyfriend? Because at that point we'd been dating for a while. And they're like, what kind of fucking boyfriend doesn't come and visit his girlfriend in the hospital, especially after something that serious? So I went through a whole like week of depression where I barely ate. I didn't really drink anything. I was just in my fucking bed. I wouldn't leave. I was just upset. I was still trying to like recover from everything too.
Sure.
And one of my friends was like, you need to get the fuck out of the house, like
your breath fucking stinks.
right?
Like
you're gonna start fucking hallucinating, like you're disgusting.
You're growing moss, girl.
Yeah. So finally I was like, you know what, fuck it. Let's go do something stupid. So I tell my mom that I'm going out with my friend. His nickname is Twinkie, so if you're watching, hey Twinkie.
Hey Twinkle Star.
I'm sure he remembers this day very well. Because I think this is like the day that solidified our friendship. For sure. So he comes and picks me up, and we go off to the liquor store and we buy a little bottle of vodka for me. Because I'm Russian and I'm like, how am I going to drown my fucking tears? Sure. I'm going to get drunk.
Totally.
And then we meet up with two of our other friends, and we're all just sitting around and we're smoking cigarettes and drinking and whatever. And then we go into this park, and I'm just sitting there drinking straight out of the bottle, like no fucks given.
Nope.
That's probably why I get intense hangovers now.
It all started that day.
Yes. Oh fuck. They're all fucking around this exact day. And it's the best picture ever. But it's a great picture because it's literally like we're sitting on a park bench. I'm sitting with the vodka to my mouth. My friend next to me has a bag on his head. My other friend next to him is on his phone. And the guy's behind him with like something around his neck, like trying to choke him out. Best fucking picture ever.
See, I did not come from the time of phone, like cameras.
Yeah.
So, like none of my crazy shit has any photographic evidence. Thank God there was no social media.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah,
cringe.
this is on social media.
The sheer cringe. So that's like, I'm super grateful for that.
I bet.
Amen.
Fuck, man. But yeah, no, so then as we're sitting around and like the vodka's slowly dwindling down, my friend like whips out a blunt and he's like, y'all wanna smoke? I'm like, I've never smoked before. Oh, today seems like a good day as any while I am drunk as shit.
I mean, why not? If you're gonna have a first date, anything.
Right? And so we all smoke this blunt, and within like 2 minutes I am nauseous, I am dizzy, I'm like freaking out.
Like apparently like if you smoke and drink, it makes each of them like just work harder together.
Oh my god. So my friend is like, let me take you home to my house, which was like 2 blocks away. And, you know, we'll wash you up. You can throw up if you need to, whatever. So he takes me back. And, like, I could not have asked for a better person to guide me through my first high. Like, I cut it. I'm like, Twinkie, you are the best. I fucking love you. Please come visit me.
Shout out to Twinkie.
Shout out to Twinkie. For sure. And he took me
man.
back to his house and he like cleaned me up and like calmed me down. I don't even remember what he said or what he did, but he like calmed me down and all of a sudden I was having like this great fucking high. And then so we went back to the park and like met up with all the friends.
The fixer Twinkie.
Yeah. And then the Asian kid that was choking out the other guy from the picture, we went back to his house and we all just kind of fucked around for a while. I remember biting him and like scratching him, but like in a sexual way, but not having sex with him. So, but it was like a grand old time.
I want to say I can relate, but like, I'm really old and can't remember.
I can't remember anything.
Dude, you're so effed. You're so much younger than me.
Oh
Together, girl.
I have the memory. I've always had a really bad memory. That's why I haven't been good on like.
Maybe that's why like I notice it so much because I used to be so sharp. Maybe that's like the one downside of marijuana. It tends to dull up a sharp edge a little bit, you know.
Well, I've never I always hated history for that reason because you had to memorize, and I was always better at like the more logical shit like math.
Okay, that makes sense.
So my brain for like memorization is just like, bitch. But now I don't even have the math, so I'm just like, well, fuck. I was watching something the other day,
but they said that you'd never be carrying a calculator around in your pocket.
Yeah.
So really, it doesn't matter if you're not good at math.
They lied.
9S bitches. And are you really doing trig on your phone anyway? Like,
right.
Why do you need it?
But God, I sure as fuck don't remember trig.
I
don't remember what 8 times 7 is.
I sure as fuck didn't get that far. I can tell you that much for free.
Oh my God, no. I have the best story regarding math, actually. So, as most people know, like, English is my second language. I was born in Russia.
You know what math I'm really bad at? Weed math.
Oh my God, the worst.
I always have to ask my roommate, like, how many is 3/8? And he's like,
this many.
Do you know how to add? And I'm like, not fractions, even though I'm pretty sure that was a 4th grade thing. And like, it's just my aptitude was always in like literature, history, science,
do well with literature,
science, humanities, art, shit like that. Like, I'm just a creative little bugger.
Hell yeah.
With way too much energy and an affinity for the caffeine.
Ah.
I have 2 vices. Okay, 3 technically if you count the nicotine, but is the coffee and the goddamn Mary Jane. Okay, and I think I'm getting off light. Okay, I think it's not that bad.
It could be worse.
Right.
Good fuck, man.
So,
what
okay.
was I talking about?
First time you got high.
Yeah.
Mary Jane,
But then I math.
Maths for our UK viewers.
So,
Maths.
So I always have to ask, even like to this day, like words that I haven't heard of, what they mean, which I'm sure some people still do too, even if they were born here, just words you don't know.
Right.
You know, everybody's got that one.
I'm kind of a word whore, so like, I try not to be pretentious about it. I try super hard.
Oh, you're gonna really laugh at this story. So, and I was really good at math. So when I went to go and like pick out my classes for the next semester, I picked out all my base classes and everything, and I was like training, whatever. And then I got my electives, and my counselor gives me this long list of electives, and then she like highlighted the math ones because she knew me. And so I'm looking through all of these, and I see one that I have never heard of. So I was like, I didn't even want to know what it was. I was like, I want that one. And she looked at me funny. She was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I want that one. Having no idea what it was. And I was like, that's the one. Like, that'll be my fun one. And she was like, oh, I guess I can see why. All right, sure. Sign me up for it. I get into the first class. The semester starts. I get into the first class. We get our textbooks. She started flipping through it, and I'm like, I'm so confused. I'm like, what did I sign up for? And the teacher like comes up to the front of the class. He goes, "Welcome to remedial math." And I had to raise my hand and I was like, "What does remedial mean?" I was so happy though, because I had a very funny teacher, and he was like, "Remedial math is math for dumb kids. You can't do math." And I was like, "Oh."
It's repeat math. It's,
Yeah.
It's when you couldn't do it the first time and you need extra attention.
But this was on
Thanks
a list
for the
of
shade.
electives.
It was me.
This was on a list of electives.
It's for people who need a little extra help, because I don't know about you, but like I, for one, I'm not word dyslexic.
Yeah.
I don't have it with letters, but my dad and I both have it with numbers. So like, it's awesome when you're trying to do maths.
Oh my god.
Madame. No, don't light your nails on fire. Dude.
Why is this not working?
Girl, maybe you shouldn't take a hit.
Just now, I just want to do it the opposite way. I'm gonna figure out how to light it the opposite way.
Can I help you, please?
No.
Please?
No. No, I want to light my hair on fire. And if anything, that would be the hair that light first.
Okay, I was like, if you didn't pull the pool out again, I am gonna drown you in the boiling water.
Because I usually, I just let it bubble and bubble and bubble, and then my lungs are filled with all that, and I'm like, ah, fuck.
You like to steal smoke in them chamber? You absolute fucking barbarian.
It's delicious.
Who raised you? The fucking Cro-Magnons?
Oh, fuck, man.
Ooh, harsh. We should
in the main
beatbox.
video.
We should beatbox.
No, the fuck we should.
No, I'll beatbox and you can rap. Like, you can throw down a verse. Your name is Kitty and you're the best. All the DJs want to feel your breasts. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Why do you exist?
Because somebody who should have had an abortion did not.
Oh my god. Damn, man, I'm hungry.
Same.
Let's go figure out food. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you click the button and subscribe, and here are your favorite bloopers. Enjoy, they're fucking great.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
And bloopers. And bloopers of bloopers.
The bloopers of bloopers.
What?
Salads, sandwiches, pasta.
Oh my god, shut up. You just want attention. Don't be queen of drama. You know you don't get a prize or anything for like coughing extra fucking.
Okay, I'm good for now.
Are you? I think you are.
More baked. More baked.
Bring forth the portal gun. Oh wait. Cut 1 second, you know. I gotta go load it again because it's dead, Jim.